I am Sherman Coleman from Forest Home Village.
And you are presently the chairperson of First Home Village.
Yes, until May 31st, our team will be resolved, and then we no longer are elected until handing over, though we'll be a caretaker of the village.
Okay, and you are planning to run for Chairlady again. Tell us about that.
Well, definitely. We have been asked by the villagers, that if we could continue the good work that we have been doing, and we considered it, we talked it over as a team, and we decided, okay, we should give them another 3 years because we had many setbacks within the last 3 years. We had to go to a by-election, we had the meningitis thing. So we decided, you know what? We owe the village a little more time to continue the development that we started.
Okay, you spoke of development. Can you tell us about some of the things that you have completed or some of the things that you have worked on that have made a difference for the village?
Well, I can say that one thing I'm proud of is the garbage site. That has been a health hazard for the Wilson Road residents for a very, very long time. On my first visit to houses in the back, that was the main concern of these people, that the only time we visit that road is on election time to vote, to beg for votes. They have never seen us or received any help from any councillor or minister in that area. So I decided to make it my utmost priority that whatever I do right, I will do left. For the first time in 20 odd years, you can actually drive on that road now. It's not only the rollovers I am doing, I am making sure you can go in your vehicle, whatever size vehicle you have, you can reach the spot of designated throwing.
Okay, and you also worked, you were one of the chairpersons that upkeep the burial ground and built some roads in the back of our home.
Definitely, when I got inside the council, I realized that our our cemetery is not just a cemetery, it's one of the historical cemeteries within Toledo. And so we realized there are rules to it, that we had to upkeep this ground as a sacred ground. So therefore we had to take out all the old neglected farm boards, cement blocks that were not being used. We cleared up everything. We took out at least 15 loads of garbage, and we dispose of it to let our grounds be able to be cut with machines now. We don't always have to have machete man chopping. We maintain that every month, whether there's a donation or not. We make sure that historical cemetery is on top of its game. Again, the roads. There were difficulties in getting the roads constructed. We were told that if you're not quite there on the registration list, those are not areas that will be looked at. We have also the road going, the El Dorado Road. Again, that's a road they say, oh, let the Dolomite deal with it. We don't want to fix that road. When we had our 2 weeks cleaning of spot patching, that was not one of the roads that was touched. Again, all residents use these roads. Why do we go with who are voters and who are not voters? We are a village, we are a community, and that is what I want to see continue within this zone.
Do you have your slate together?
Definitely, we have a slate. We have two persons that we had to replace. One have migrated, and the second, the elderly Mr. Collins, he has decided that he wants to retire from the daily drive of running a council. And so we had replaced him with Mr. Harold, another senior, a retiree at XBDF. We said, we want somebody who can advise us, within the council, that we just don't make rash decisions when we are fixing stuff or about to do stuff, or when we are in meeting, we think about what we say, how we say it to the village. And he's the one that, pats our brakes and say, you know what, hold on. We need to deal with our community. We deal with each one and everyone, and we deal with different issues. He may have a different way of telling us, okay, we can do this way. And sometimes it proves much easier when listening to our elders.
If elected, what would be your main priority in this new term?
Well, in this new term, I definitely want to see more activities. We work on establishing that community center. There's an electrical box that we couldn't even reach the box because it was above the stage. You could not walk on the stage because it was rotted. So we decided that from the time that center was inaugurated, that old wooden stage was there. We decided we took that out and we put a concrete one. And now we have electricity. There is no disconnection ever in the 3 years. And so with having a usable building now, we can bring back village life. We can bring back football. We can bring back children's activity, volleyball, all these things we can bring back to our community, because you cannot have an event where a bathroom is not working. You cannot have an event where you can't even stand on the stage. You can't have an event where there will be danger for the community at large, because you invite them to these places and you will say, okay, well, a kid dropped through the stage. Man, we cannot do things like that. So there was a process within the 1.5 years that I actually had to work to get all these things in order for me to do other things and bigger things. I have plans for my women's group. I have paired up with different NGOs. We did our 4 sessions of training, of planning, because things don't happen overnight. We need to think these things through. So we already have our women's group plan all set out, that if we are re-elected, that we can train these ladies to be entrepreneurs. I myself is an entrepreneur. I work for the community. I work for myself. I can give my skills. I can sew. I can cook. I'm a professional baker. I'm a certified nutritionist. I can do these things and help my women exceed.
Okay, now you have declared that you are running as basically an independent. You are not color affiliated. Tell us about that.
Well, I have decided to go independent because I want to represent everybody. I want to represent the red, the blue, the green. I want to represent the religious. We have people who do not believe in the voting system. They are not registered, and I want to represent every single person.
People will ask, how will you get things done if you're not a POP?
Well, I will tell you, I have sat on a council for 3 years and be the chair for 1.5 years. And there have been no government support for you to say do project. Whatever project was done and all the transparency that I have posted is because I want to thank my community at large. The donors who have offered, I want to do this, so show me how you can do this. And I put in the work, and they pay for the materials, and they pay for whatever labor that needs to be done. Dr. Albert, a patriot of Forest Home, he is one of the biggest donors to Forest Home. He have completed the 3 biggest projects within my community center. Miss Deloney Foreman, another conservationist, she comes and she donates and she said, okay, I want to do this and this is my passion. I want to fix that. And that is how things got done in Forest Home. I can never say that the government did any projects in Forest Home under my watch. Yes, there may have been a chicken donation here and some rice donation there, but there have been no projects under them. Now, another thing, whenever you hear about council, you hear about people who mismanage funds. I can clearly tell you that my entire liquor license funds that is given to the council is still intact. That entire funds is in the bank untouched. I have not spent $1 from that money in the 3 years, and all my projects are completed.